What's up, Virgo? Welcome to Scorp Queen Intuition. Welcome back. If you are here with me again, let's go ahead and get into your energy. Okay, we're going to see what your situation is and how your person is feeling. All right, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus placements in Virgo. All right, remember to hit that like button. All right, and share the video if it resonates with you or someone you may know. All right, see what you guys need to know. This could be your person or the person that's on your mind. Okay, let's see. All right, we got missed opportunity. I didn't act when I should have. And shadow side, you made me realize my flaws and overwhelmed. The stress from this is draining me. All right, so somebody messed up and they missed out on a nice opportunity with you. Okay, they missed out on someone that they feel like they should have been trying with, but their shadow side, their flaws, their shortcomings just would not allow them to really step up to this connection and really speak on how they feel. And so I feel like they let their ego get the best of them, which is their shadow side. However that showed out for this person, okay? But I am getting a sense of ego, maybe a sense of being distant, okay, or not just being open, and now they regret not expressing themselves to you and missing out on this opportunity. They feel overwhelmed now. I'm getting a sense that they want to call you, they want to pick up the phone and call you, but they can't. Okay, could be that ego again. All right, and I do feel like before things ended, you let this person know how you felt, maybe told them about themselves, and it made them really see their flaws. And so they're sitting back, I do feel like in regret, like rubbing their forehead like, damn, I messed this one up. I messed up big time with Virgo. Okay, all right, let's see, let's get into it. Getting somebody that was like really slow to express themselves or make something like permanent out of this. Let's see. Two of Wands in the reverse. They were very indecisive. Very indecisive. Justice in the reverse. Could be dealing with a Libra. Page of Cups. Seven of Wands. I meant to roll my dice before to see what signs come out here. The Four of Swords in the reverse and the Emperor in the reverse. So, oh, and the Eight of Swords in the reverse. So far we have, what do we have? Libra and Aries here. Let's see who else we get here. I meant to do this before. Pisces as well. All right, so we got your own energy, Virgo. So you could be dealing with another Virgo. Cancer, you could be dealing with a Cancer. We have Leo, Sagittarius, and Scorpio. All right. So those signs, as well as Libra and Aries here, those signs are coming out here. All right, let's clarify. So let's see, a lot of fears. This person is regretting that they let their fears and they let their own mind get the best of them with that Eight of Swords in the reverse. They just held back a lot. You may have felt like they were very emotionally immature. Also emotionally manipulative as well, because with that Emperor and that Page of Cups in the reverse, they could have like given this false persona like they were ready, they were you know, they had it all together, but when it came to the emotional side, they didn't. Okay, let's see, the Two of Wands in the reverse. You may have blocked this person or disconnected from them, or you put your guard down, like put your guard up with this person, and now they know that you might be on like the fence with them, so they might be keeping their distance. But in this time apart, they realize how immature they are. Look at this, guys. The Two of Wands clarify the Two of Wands in the reverse. So personal goals, well, it says self-doubt, inner alignment, fear of unknown, fear of change, playing it safe, lack of planning. So see, this person kind of stayed in that zone where they played it safe, right? They never really made a decision, but they didn't make a decision to move on either. Like they didn't make a decision to commit, but they didn't make a decision to move on. So you do feel like there was the sense of this person treating you unfairly or kind of stringing you along emotionally. Okay. You put your guard up with it. You're like, you put your guard up and you put your foot down and you're like, no. Okay. Why is this person so indecisive here? Judgment in the reverse. Self-doubt, again. Inner critic, lack of self-awareness, self-loathing, punishment, destruction, and ignoring the call. So, Five of Cups. They regret making the decision to move on without you, or like making a choice to give up on the relationship or forfeiting the connection, versus giving in to the connection, because now it's like they're left with like this regret that they hate that they let their ego get in the way. They hate that they sacrifice this relationship versus making the choice to really give into it and do what was right. Okay, so I do get a sense that this person played a lot of games. Okay. Let's see. Okay, why is justice in the reverse? Yeah, Four of Wands in the reverse. See? This is maybe them just not making a decision or doing right when it comes to a relationship. I'm feeling like they strung you along. They played a lot of games. Like they did everything that made it look like they were ready for a relationship, except when it came time to make a decision on whether they were in a relationship or not. Okay. Some of you guys are, maybe you're getting a divorce from this person. So instead of them working on the relationship, they may have decided to give up the relationship versus really making the decision to put in the effort, and they regret that. It's like they regret not changing their ways or not being willing to do what was right for the sake of this connection. Okay. Yeah. And really putting in the energy, and bringing the love to this connection here. Okay, let's see what else. Justice. In the reverse, Five of Pentacles. Yeah. Now, they miss you, okay? With this, they feel, to me, with this Five of Pentacles here, it's like they feel bad for leaving you out in the cold. They feel bad for either stringing you along or making you feel like you didn't matter, or some sense, okay? With that Five of Pentacles. You stay on their head a lot. The decision that they made and the place that they made it for really stays in their head. Like they know they didn't make the right decision. They know they didn't do right. They know they wasn't right. And that's what it is now. You made them realize their flaws. You made them realize where they wasn't as good of a person as they thought they were. Okay. All right. Page of Cups in the reverse. Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. See? A lot of lack of effort. A lot of emotional distance. I feel like it was kind of like this. 1 minute they were in, 1 minute they were out. Yeah, self-discipline, boredom, feeling stuck, stagnation, work without reward. It wasn't putting much into this. It's like they were in it to kind of be in it for the benefit, but not to give anything here. Let's see. They wish they would have picked their feet up, though. They wish they wouldn't have been so slow. Yeah, see, justice. They wish they would have done right now. They wish they would have chose to give into this connection. I feel like somewhat they're upset with themselves. They're upset with themselves because it's like, how did I have the opportunity with a person like Virgo and I messed it up? I messed it up. Okay, and that's why they're feeling overwhelmed. It's the overwhelm of their inability to open up. Like they're angry with themselves. They're frustrated with themselves. You got Libra here again, okay? Justice, fairness, truth, clarity, equality, balance, cause and effect. and law. So this person may be feeling their karma, or their karma is just the feelings that they're left with. Okay, so either they're going through something here that is making them think about you and is making them feel like it's their karma, or the feelings that they have been left with is their karma. Okay, and so the guilt that they're feeling left with is their karma. Okay, Seven of Wands, maybe the fact that you blocked them, or you've moved on, or you're not talking to them. Let's see. Why is the Seven of Wands here? Ace of Cups in the reverse. Emotional loss, block creativity, emptiness. What's that? Self-love, intuition, repressed emotions. Yeah. This person had a lot of love for you, but they refused to give into it. Okay. They did whatever they needed to do to block those emotions, to suppress them, to not really it's like they was in limbo. They did whatever they needed to do to keep the energy going, but not enough to really be vulnerable and give into the connection. You blocked this person. You really pull back. You pull back everything. You pull back emotionally. You went cold on this person. This Eight of Wands keep coming out because this energy of them wanting to come towards you. Look at that, the Queen of Cups. Yeah, they blocked off all emotions they could have had. They have a lot of love for you, but their immaturity stops them from really giving into that. And I'm really feeling like we're talking about a whole grown person here, okay? But emotionally, they haven't grown, okay? Not in a sense of being able to trust, love again, or be willing to open up again. Okay, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. So I do feel like you have a lot of love for this person too, but you block this person off. You distance yourself. Okay, Four of Pentacles in the reverse. Look at that, greediness, possessiveness, self-protection, self-centered, delays, obstacles, loss, or stinginess. I definitely feel like this describes this person and how they showed up. They were really stingy with themselves. Like it says, self-protection. They did whatever they need to do to protect their own feelings, their own emotions. Let's see. Four of Swords in the reverse. So this person is very restless. They're not getting any sleep. Chariot in the reverse. Lack of direction, lack of control, arrogance, carelessness. Cancer energy. I'm getting a feeling like this person has an urge to want to come and see you, but they just stay stuck in their head. Like, they envision coming to see you, but it's just like a vision right now. The Hangman in the reverse. Delays, standstill, resistance, stalling, indecision, fear of sacrifice, lack of control. So I told you, they do have this desire to really want to come towards you. But they're not, you know, like I said, they're being resistance. They're stalling. There is still indecision. And they think about this a lot. They think about how they didn't have the willpower to move forward, and how now that you're gone, they should have acted on it. Pisces energy here. You got the Magician in the reverse. Manipulation, insecure, poor planning, untapped talents, lack of confidence, and narcissism. So it is a bit of narcissism here with this person, because they played a game here. They did. They played a game here. I feel like they strung you along. They did a lot without saying a lot, right? It's like they were there. They seemed to have all the feels, but when it came to doing something about it, it was like, okay, well, I'll let the relationship go before I make myself vulnerable to something. And that's where it ended. Okay. Gemini, Virgo energy here at the bottom. Why's the Emperor in the reverse? Why's the Emperor here in the reverse? The Queen of Swords. So, unbiased judgment, justice, independent, clear boundaries, coldness, direct communication, clear-minded perspective. So, I get a few different things here. When it came to this person's communication, they wanted to be in control, or they wanted to be in control of the communication between you two, right? I do feel like when it comes to them making up their mind, they had it was selfish and it was all about self. Okay. Yeah, they had this little coldness about them too, I'm feeling like, okay? Like a very strict person. Like, they was very strict. Like, they may have not really loosened up around you, or, you know what I mean? Like, they was always on guard, you know? Page of Wands in reverse, lack of direction, delays, procrastination, creating conflict, poor communication. I told you, they have poor communication. Bad news and instability. The High Priestess in the reverse. Secrets, harm, hidden agenda, disconnected from intuition, withdrawn, silence, selfish, shallowness, ignorance, and misunderstanding. See, so this Pisces energy again. They always try to remain a mystery, but the reason why they try to remain a mystery is so they will not feel obligated to anything. Like, it was like you guys were dealing with them and there was this energy, but there was also this distance with this person. Like, they involved themselves with you enough to keep you involved, but really didn't get involved, right? They kind of kept that space there. And it was because they still had some shadow parts of themselves that they needed to clear out, and it made them unwilling to be able to see this relationship and the potential in this connection. Okay, let's see what else we got here. It's the hidden truth. What's the hidden truth here? I left when I saw you with someone. I left when I saw you with someone. And you came closer than anyone. Maybe this person felt like you was involved with someone else. Maybe this is why they never made a decision, or they was involved with someone else. This is why they couldn't make a decision. Maybe maybe you did see this person with someone else. Let's see. What else we got here for Virgo spirit? I feel like this person feels like a piece of shit right now, really. In the next few days, some of you guys might hear from this person in the next few days. Or maybe you might see them with someone else in the next few days. It says prepare, okay? Maybe you need to prepare to hear from this person. With the dead, hot and cold, look, mixed signals, pull, push, and whiplash. Because that's what it is. They're hot and cold, they're back and forth. That's why they play that game, you know. Sweet then sour. Fake nice, mean undercurrent, and manipulative. See, it's like they were playing a role. They kept this mask on here, okay? It's like you really kind of realize that this person has some fucked up ways about themselves. Like, once you got to the core of things and why they couldn't make a decision and why they played games the way they did, yeah, you realize they started out sweet. It's like they just played the role, right? They played the role of being ready and being that person and being a mature person, you know, and But until you put the pressure on them about making a decision. You never really loved me. Truth revealed, illusion shattered, and heartbreak. See, this person was creating an illusion. Okay? And they know they were. And now they see how their games ended up impacting the connection here. It says never really over. Lingering energy, soul tie, and no closure. Okay? So there's still this lingering energy, maybe between both of you, maybe just them, now that they're left with regret, because like it says, it's overwhelming. Okay, the stress from this is draining me. So this person is overwhelmed by how this situation ended, the guilt that they're left with, the thoughts they're left with, and just how this ended. At the bottom, you have should have been done. Dragging on, already over, and denial. See, I feel like this is a connection that should have already been over with. Like, once this person showed you they were in and out, they couldn't make a decision, they were indecisive, they were hot and cold. You knew then it should have been over with, but I feel like you kept trying to give this person chances until you just got to the point you couldn't do it anymore. Okay? You feel like they never really loved you. It's like maybe when things came to a head, and like I said, you got to see this person's shadow side and their flaws. You felt like they never really loved you. You felt like they were just playing a game the entire time, okay? The sword and the rose, clarity, truth, revelation, solidarity, force, honor, protection, power. You have the groomer reaper. The relationship is over, no second chances. Grow and transform your life. The snake, competition, enemy, clever, malicious, look over your shoulder, the other woman. So, you know, there could have been some energy of someone else being in the picture. Could have been why this person was indecisive, whether you know it or not. For some of you guys, you didn't know this, okay? But this was a big part in why they were indecisive. Either they just didn't want to give up on somebody, give up someone else, or they didn't want to give up everything, you know, to be in a connection here. So they did play little manipulative games, okay? You have the Phoenix, new phase, why can't I talk right now? New phase, rekindle, renew, transformation, growth, and change mind. And love, unconditional love, self-love, oneness, passion, affection, and attraction. So maybe this person is realizing, I feel like now that they do love you, but the relationship may be over. And like I said, they may know this may be why they're hesitating with calling you or picking up the phone. We got Scorpio energy here. Reminds me of here with the death and the Phoenix, okay? But yeah, this person, they want to talk to you, but you kind of see this person as like a manipulator or a user at this point, or a narcissist. So you know, you might not want to speak to this person at this point, just depending on how you guys feel. But you know, be prepared. They may be reaching out. Maybe once they continue to shine light on this situation, or they get to the point that they just feel overwhelmed with it and they have to reach out. Okay? All right, Virgo, that was your reading, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like, share, subscribe, comment, hit that bell, and I'll see you guys next time.